I love creepy and scary things. I'm 20 years old and I've been collecting scary things for a few years, from figures of scary characters to masks and other things. I don't want to say that my story was very scary, but he actually saved my life. I know you're confused. I'll tell you nicely now. I'm a big fan of Michael Myers, and last October I bought a real doll and a fake doll. I didn't buy the original one from him. Some people call me crazy, but how could he not like scary things? Except for Michael, I've put the rest of my things in storage for now. He's about 180 centimeters tall. As I said, he's great quality and looks like he's real. His mask and clothes are covered in fur, and even the knife in his hand. I put him right next to my bed. To be honest, when I saw a black thing in my room at night, I was a little scared, but I finally got used to it, and after a while its presence calmed me down. I wouldn't change its place because no one liked it except me. Now that we're getting some background, let's get to the main story. Last year, I was alone at home and I had the TV on. I was watching, and suddenly I heard a sound from the top of the stairs. I froze. I didn't know what to do. I slowly got up and was walking down the stairs to my room. Suddenly I heard the sound of the door closing. I really didn't know what was going on. I was the only one in the house. Without turning on the light in my room, I sat in the dark and listened. I heard two men talking. Then I realized that someone had come to our house, and I remembered that I hadn't locked the door. They must have realized that at least one person was in the house because my TV was on. I was sitting face to face with my doll in the room. I heard their footsteps coming up the stairs to my room. I was sitting in a corner and my head was spinning. I was about to faint from fear. Then the door opened and I saw a man in a hoodie come in and come towards me. He had something in his hand, something like a pocket knife like Adam's. I was clinging to the cold wall and waiting to die. Suddenly, Michael's hand moved slowly. As I had said, my room was dark and he didn't know that Michael was behind him until the sound of the sound. I heard my doll, not the recorded voice and all that. It was the sound of a normal person moving their hands. The man turned and suddenly screamed in terror. I mean, I had never seen a man get so scared and run away in my life. Then the man started screaming and said, "Move. We have to hit Chuck." He was talking to another man whose car was outside. When I saw him leaving through the window, I felt relieved. Then I saw that my window was cracked. They must have thrown rocks at my window to distract me. When I went upstairs, I opened the door and turned around and stared at Michael. To be honest, I didn't even know he could move. Then I checked it and realized that my doll was an animated, animatronic model, but it was strange. It moved at that moment that night and saved my life. When I remember how scared that man was, I laugh. I taped up my window and informed the police that someone had broken into my house. But they couldn't do anything. But they filed a report because it was possible that other houses had also been broken into or had already been broken into. Fortunately, nothing was stolen because it was something valuable. I didn't realize that my doll really looked like a real person, and anyone who looked at it, especially in the dark, would have a panic attack. You might find it strange or even funny, but this really happened to me and I'm really happy to have it in my room. I didn't even think that it would suddenly move and save my life. I still don't know how it moved. It moved by itself, so it was an accident. But thank you, Michael. God knows what that man would have done to me if you hadn't been there.